Alright, what is going on, guys? It is Benny, and it is the best time of the season. We are going to be going over the top 5 best mortar decks in Clash Royale. Now, I've taken the time to go over Royale API. I've looked at all of the stats. I've made sure to kind of keep an eye on things and make sure they're consistent. And I'm going to be showing you guys the best mortar decks to play. Now, for our first one, we are using the mortar deck with Rascals and Dark Goblin. Honestly, I had a bit of trouble getting that one out. I don't really know what was going on there, but I had a brief second where I wasn't even sure what I was saying there. But this deck is really good, and we're using Minion Horde as well because we're seeing minions kind of pop into decks more, and you guys will notice that in a lot of the decks that I show you guys today. And I really like this deck. It's one of those decks that if you can get really good at one-tricking with the Minion Horde especially, then you can be very dangerous. And it really does take advantage of bait, which is crazy because you wouldn't expect bait to be a thing right now, especially with Furnace going around. That is disgusting that he just put that Ice Spirit in front of the Dark Goblin. I can already tell that I do not like this guy's deck. Now, the biggest thing with this deck is making sure that you take advantage of spell bait and making sure that you're really being aggressive with that. So every time I see him use his spells, I need to try to take advantage of that if I can. And we'll see if we can get that going. However, that being said, this guy does have Furnace and Fire Spirit and everything that we don't want to see in a deck. So if we win this, honestly, you guys need to subscribe because that is pretty crazy and impressive if we do, because he has every counter that we don't want to see. Now I'm going to go for the Miner right here onto the Furnace just to take it out, and we will get the Rascals onto the tower, which is huge. So we're going to get some great damage here. Oh my goodness, I love it. And then he just used his log. So now I'm going to go for my Mortar, and then I'm going to play the Goblin Gang right in front of it because he might try to panic to counter the Mortar, as you can see there with the with the wall breaker, sorry. And then I think we're locked onto the tower, at least I hope. Looks like we are, and then I can go for the evil Dark Goblin. That's just going to shred through the Furnace, hopefully. And then we don't really need to worry too much. He's going to reset the Mortar, but that's okay. I'm not really that worried about that. And then he's going to go for the barrel. No big deal. I can literally just log right there. We might as well go for a Miner on the tower, and then let's go for the Mortar again. I could play the Miner behind the tower there to try to pull everything behind and then make it a little bit easier just to get value, but I was kind of hoping because he has a bait deck that he would surround the Miner, and then we'd maybe get some splash with the Mortar. Let's go ahead, let's log here because I don't want to give that Dark Goblin any chance to really do anything too dangerous, and then we can just fireball right here. And then he's going to go for the Goblin Gang, so we can just go for the Rascals here, and that should defend pretty easily. The Rascals are like an amazing card for literally just stopping anything from getting through. So I do really like that. We'll go for the Mortar here, and then I'm not sure what I want to do here yet. Let's go ahead. I guess we'll play the Dark Goblin, and then what do I want to do? I guess we might as well go for a Miner on the tower. He's not really trying to bait me, and I think that's a mistake. Let's go ahead, let's fireball here because that's just decent fireball value, and we are probably going to have to fireball cycle at this point. And then he's going to start the wall breakers in the back. He hasn't really been cycling for the Evo there, which is a mistake. We're going to give him really good log value here, which is not good, but that's okay because now I can go for my Evo Dark Goblin pretty safely, and then I might as well actually just log on all of this just to disrupt it and make sure that we're okay. I'll go for the Miner again. I do need to start to change up where I'm placing it. So we will keep that in mind. Let's go ahead and get the Rascals down here. If one of the wall breakers connects, it's okay. But actually, I didn't even realize we have enough for the fireball. So let's go for the fireball. Let's give him a good game. Let's give him a good luck. And let's go on into the next deck. Alright guys, for our next deck, we're going to be using Mortar with Evo Skeleton Barrel. And honestly guys, I still think that Evo Skeleton Barrel is probably the best Evo that you can use with Mortar right now. I think that Evo Skeleton Barrel is just crazy, and the nerf really wasn't that big of a deal. So I definitely would recommend giving this a try, and I think that Evo Skeleton Barrel is a very good investment. I've had a lot of people asking me what Evos they should get and stuff. I think Evo Skeleton Barrel and Evo Mortar are two very good investments if you plan on playing Mortar long term. Now this one uses Demolisher and Minions with the Skeleton King, which as we all know, Skeleton King has been a very meta Mortar deck for a very long time here, but Minions being meta is a pretty interesting thing, I think, and we're definitely going to take advantage of that. Now with this deck, it's so important that you don't go too aggressive, okay? So I'm going to try to set myself up for success every single time. Those minions did so much damage. They're such a sneaky way to get damage, and then we will get the Demolisher on the tower. I wasn't sure which side to push because we had so much damage on the one side, and now we have more damage on the left, and then we're going to poison, and then it's just, you know what, it looks like we're playing two lanes here in this matchup today. Now, I'm not going to pop that Skeleton King ability. Usually I do like to pop it, but in that scenario, I knew that there's no way those skeletons are getting on the tower, so there really wasn't any chance of even 1 or 2 hits, and the Musketeer plus the Princess Tower would have been fine to take it out, so I didn't want to do it. He just pre-logged there, so that was a bit of a mistake, because now we can go for the Mortar. We have the Goblin Gang on the left side and the Skeleton Barrel on the right. That Evo Cannon just completely ruined my day, so that's just wonderful. Let's go for the Skeleton King in the back. We might as well get it down and charge up its ability, especially because he used so much elixir, so at least we can have a little bit of a counter push. Potentially, but I was feeling a little bit more confident about that, and we didn't even get the damage I wanted, which is just devastating. Let's play the poison right here. We might as well get that Musketeer down. Then I'm going to pop the Skeleton King ability, because now we have more of a chance of getting at least 1 skeleton on the tower, and you'll see he played the Ice Golem, and we got some damage on the tower, so no matter what, that's a good elixir exchange. He played 2 elixir, we played 2 elixir, and we got damage, and he didn't. Now, let's go for the Goblin Gang on this side. Let's get the Demolisher for the cannon, please. Okay, we got the cannon. That is huge. And then he pre-logged, so that's going to be a bit too much. Let's get the minions down for the Musketeer, keep the Mortar alive. That is amazing. And then we might as well get the Skeleton Barrel going as well. His Fireball will take it out, but 1 more Mortar shot should put us in a really good position here. And then I'm just going to poison, actually, because that's such good damage, and it's pretty easy to poison cycle this guy down if we need to. And then he's going to go for an aggressive Hog Rider there, so let's go for the Demolisher so that he can't pre-log on us. And then I might as well log here. That will also catch the cannon, which is good. And that Hog shouldn't get a hit, thankfully. And then we'll go for the Skeleton Barrel here. He's going to give us the Musketeer value on the poison again, which is huge, so we'll just do that. And then what do we want to do here? Oh my gosh, 1 skeleton hit would be amazing. That is great that we were able to get that. I'm not going to defensive mortar quite yet, just in case he goes for the Hog Rider. If we defensive mortar, sometimes they can kind of avoid it. And then he went for the pre-fireball, so that is definitely going to be a win for us. We can even just Skeleton Barrel on this side, and then we can poison on the right side, and that is going to be a win. So let's give him a good game, let's give him a good luck, and let's go on to the next deck. Alright, you guys, for our next deck, we are using something a little bit crazy. We're not even going to use Evo Mortar. We are using Evo Furnace and Evo Skeleton Barrel, and I have to say that out of all of the decks I'm going to show you guys, I probably find this one a little bit more challenging to play sometimes in the meta, especially if you're in mid-ladder. I honestly would maybe stay away from this one, only because there's a lot of P.E.K.K.A, there's a lot of Mega Knight, and I feel like those decks are kind of challenging to play with this deck. So that's just one thing that I 100% would try to keep in mind if I was you guys. Now I'm going to go for the Minion Horde here on this mini P.E.K.K.A and take that out, and then let's go ahead, let's play the defensive mortar here just to pull, especially because the Goblin Giant will kind of shred through the minions, and then we get the Berserker down to take this stuff out, which is amazing. And honestly, I'm actually really happy about that defense. That went a lot better than I expected, so you know, I'm feeling pretty good right now. Let's play the Furnace again, and we need to start to cycle our Skeleton Barrel. We're not taking advantage of that enough, and we definitely need to. Now this deck was really good before they did the Furnace nerf, but I still think it is good. There are still people playing it. In the top 1000, it's actually used a decent amount as far as mortar decks go. Let's play the Skeleton Barrel here right onto the tower, try to get that going, and then he is going to play the E-Wiz, so no big deal there. I can just, oh my gosh, I meant to log. I did not mean to play the Miner. I feel like I do that at least once a video. And that's devastating, man. I do not enjoy doing that. Now, he's going to go for the Sparky. This is where it gets a little bit scary because he knows I have Minion Horde now. Do I want to poison? I might actually poison here instead of on the tower, because then we can get it on the Sparky just a little bit longer. And then we will catch the minions, which is good. Let's go for the Minion Horde now to try to shred that Sparky down, please. Oh my gosh, that worked out amazing. I am so happy. There's no way we're getting away with that a second time, so we definitely need to be careful. But at the moment, I'm not mad about it. We can go for the Skeleton Barrel here to take stuff out, and I wasn't paying attention to if he has Evil Zap, but if he does, we are definitely can't do the Minion Horde next. What do I want to do here? I think I'm going to just log on this E-Wiz and then not take a ton of damage. And then let's cycle a Miner on the tower here, because he's probably going to Sparky, and then we can defensive mortar. I want to be careful defensive mortaring. Because he played the mini P.E.K.K.A, we will just go for the Evo Furnace here. We might as well go for the Berserker, and then we can go for the defensive mortar here. And then I guess we kind of need to log here and then go for a defensive Miner to pull that Dark Prince and make sure it doesn't get on the tower. We will take some damage here, but I'm actually okay with that. There's the Sparky, but we have the Evo Skeleton Barrel going in, so that should help distract the Sparky a little bit. And then the death damage will take out the minions, which is good. And then let's just start another Furnace in the back here. We should get that Sparky low enough that we can log. And then let's go ahead, let's log. Let's go for a high mortar here because we already have the furnace down. So that's going to stop the evil goblin giant quite a bit because all the goblins will get taken out. 20% battery. I'm sorry for whoever was watching thinking their phone's about to die. It wouldn't be a Benny video without something like that. He's going to use his evil zap. So now let's go for the miner. Let's go for the skeleton barrel as well. He went for the mini P.E.K.K.A. Having the miner there helps us get the fire spirit a little bit closer as well. And then let's go ahead, let's log just to keep this furnace alive a little bit longer. We have another fire spirit that's going to get on that mini P.E.K.K.A. Beautiful, love to see it. And then I guess I can go for the mortar again just because we already have the furnace down. Let's go for the poison right here. That is amazing value. I love to see it. I'm going to play the skeleton barrel because that will put the goblin giant onto it, and then that will kind of help distract the Sparky a little bit. We can go for the furnace right here. We got the skeleton barrel onto the tower. Let's go ahead and let's play the minion horde actually, just because he used his zap, I think. And then we can just wait and let this all get defended, and then we can go for the mortar here. Let's get a berserker in front of this mortar, and then let's go for the evil skeleton barrel as well here. And then the mini P.E.K.K.A. will go down. Let's go ahead, let's get a miner on the tower because we have the mortar lock. We can get the poison on there, and that is going to be a win for us. So let's give him a good game. Let's give him a good luck as well. I know he's zapped, but the log plus the miner damage plus the poison should be enough, and that is amazing. And let's go on into the next deck. Alright, you guys, for our next deck, we have Skeleton King with evil archers, and honestly, like, we haven't had enough Skeleton King in the meta, so why not just throw a little bit more? Now, the biggest thing that I can say with this deck, and actually it's really important, is try to split your archers as much as possible, especially if they have arrows. If they don't have arrows, if they don't have a spell to take care of your archers, then that's one thing, and then you don't really have to split them as much. But typically, unless you need the really quick DPS and you need both and you know that you're safe, I would try to split your archers, and I'll show you guys exactly why. But I think that that's even a mistake that I see a ton of people make with not just evil archers, but like with classic mortar. I think a lot of people make that mistake where they don't realize they need to split their archers, and I think that's why a lot of people find it really difficult to play. So that's just something that you know, I want to bestow on you guys and really make sure that we hammer home, because that's like the most important thing you can do. Now the Skeleton King is going to take all of that stuff out. Let's get the Goblin Gang down right here to take this stuff out, and then how do I want to do this? Actually, I don't even think we need to counter that knight. I'm going to cycle my evil archers again here, and then that knight might get 1 or 2 hits on the tower, but I'm not really that worried about it. And then let's go for the mortar here because we have the 1 archer to kind of help out and support, and let's just wait and see. Looks like we will get the lock on the tower, which is actually huge. Why would he defensive poison? Oh my gosh, okay, this guy's a little bit crazy. We got the miner on the tower here, and then we can just Skeleton King onto his furnace, I think. So we should be okay here. Let's go ahead and play that. The evil furnace is still crazy strong. Just the difference is it's not as hard to counter. So, like, it's not like, you know, if you carry something to counter, you know, evil furnace, it will not give you trouble. But if it's something that you aren't carrying stuff for, then, you know, obviously you're going to have a little bit of trouble with it. I'm tempted to log here, but I don't think I think I should. I'm going to log here to make sure that that evil, oh my gosh, okay, hold up. He's probably going to poison here, so I need to get my minions spread out here to take care of all of these skeletons. And we had to play both archers into the same lane, unfortunately, but that's okay. He's going to start the furnace in the back. I think I actually might go for a lightning here. I'm hoping that he plays something else in front of it in time, but doesn't look like he will. That's okay. It's really good damage for us, and then he's going to bar barrel. Let's go ahead. Let's play our Goblin Gang here. Him having Graveyard is a little bit difficult. Let's see. Let's start the Skeleton King in the back here, because then if he goes and throws a Graveyard there, then obviously we will be okay. Then we can split our archers in the back here. He's going to play the Furnace plus the Goblin Hut into the opposite lane. So let's just go ahead and Lightning on all of this and make sure that we don't have to worry about it. And then there was a Poison. I don't really know why he did that, because that maybe could have been done a little bit better, but I mean, like, hey, why not? And then let's pop the Skeleton King ability here, and then let's maybe defensive mortar here. I'm not going to press this too much just because he has the evil furnace down there, and that's going to shred through my push pretty easily. And then if he stacks up on something, then I can go for the defensive lightning. But if he doesn't, actually, you know what? Okay, let's go ahead and let's log now, and then let's go ahead and let's get the miner there to tank the furnace, and then that all got defended not terribly. I think I'm going to lightning on this just because that hut really does stop us from being able to generate any offense. Okay, and then let's go for the Skeleton King. We're going to play it high so that the graveyard gets taken out right away, or the Evil Knight, sorry. And then let's go ahead, let's log now, make sure that we don't take too much damage and the skeletons don't stack up too much. And then he might get one more hit, that's okay. Let's go ahead, let's play our Evil Archers up high here, because I don't think he really has a way to stop us from, oh my gosh, that was stupid. Okay, let me think, what do we want to do here? If he goes for a Furnace, then we might be able to really pressure this guy. Let's wait a second, and then now let's go for the log here. And then let's go ahead, let's catch this with the Goblin Gang. Let's go ahead and get the Skeleton King down here as well. And then let's go for the Evil Mortar now that we have a counter push. And we really do need to make sure that we take advantage of this. The Skeleton King should help out with all of that. Let's go ahead, let's Lightning on all of this now. And then let's go ahead, let's get the Miner on the tower. Let's go ahead, let's log as well. Let's wait and see if he Barb Barrels. He's going to go for the Furnace, no big deal. There's the Barb Barrel. And then we did get another Miner hit, so now we just need to go for the Lightning, and that is going to be a win. Holy crap, that was a difficult matchup. Alright guys, for our last deck, we are going to be playing Mortar Graveyard, because I honestly love Mortar Graveyard, and it is something that I wanted to include, and I think that it is always going to be something that if you can really fully master, then you are going to just absolutely slam your opponents with it. Now, I do have to say that of all of the decks, this one is probably the least meta, or at least the least commonly meta. There are people playing it, and there are people playing it in like the top 5,000, which I mean, like, unless you are like watching this and you are a better Clash Royale player than me, which is 100% likely, but I would say that for a lot of people watching this, that this is going to be worth using if you like to use Mortar Graveyard. You guys are probably all better than me at Clash Royale regardless, but I think that unless you are like ranked in the top 1,000, this is worth playing. And I think a lot of people get really stuck up on like if their deck needs to be a perfectly meta, and I think what's more important is that you play a deck that kind of works to your advantage and is good. And I think Mortar Graveyard is, I don't want to say it's easier to play, but I think it's one of those decks that people can get really good at, and then they can kind of counter a lot of really annoying decks because you have a really good blend of offense and defense in it with Mortar, and that just works out really well. Now, having the Empress in this as well works out pretty well. If you don't want to use Empress, by no means do you have to. I think that there's a lot of good substitutions. You can go for Phoenix, you can go for Mega Minion, you know, there's lots of options. A little bit of delay on our Barb Barrel there, but that's okay. We should defend that Hog Rider, and then let's actually go for the Evil Mortar here. We'll take some splash from the Witch, but that's okay, because I just really want to get the pressure up on this guy. And then let's go for the Empress behind, because that'll make it a little bit harder for him to take out our push. And then I'll go for the Skeletons right here. We can go ahead and play the Berserker here as well. And then let's get the Evil Knight here. We're actually not even going to need the Graveyard to take out this, because he went so aggressive on that one push with that Hog Rider that we were able to get that push. Now, let's go for the Mortar on this side. The biggest thing that I like to do when I'm playing with Mortar Graveyard is I really like to try to wait for the perfect time to get my Graveyard off. Now, this is actually going to be a really good time to do it because he just went so aggressive there. I'm going to get my Knight in front, and now let's go for the Graveyard. Let's go ahead, let's Barb Barrel on this Witch to kind of take it out, and then I think I will Poison actually, just because he played so much to defend it. We'll get really good value on the Dark Goblin plus the Royal Ghost, and we'll take all of that out, and we will get some more damage. I'm going to play my Mortar right here. I played it up high, honestly, just out of habit. I should have played it in the middle, but I'm just so used to playing it up high there to defend, and we are going to get the win here. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I really, really do appreciate it. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know if there's anything else you want to see down in the comments, and I cannot wait to see you guys in the next one.